From the tiny dragon that might have actually bitten off Gobber's leg, to proof that Toothless may have had a girlfriend long before the Light Fury, today we're breaking down 10 hidden secrets and theories from how to train your dragon. But first, if you love Toothless, drop a lightning bolt in the comments. And if you're a dragon riding fan, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. Did Hobgobbler actually bite off Gobber's leg? Why is Gobber so visibly uneasy around one specific tiny dragon named Hobgobbler? In the first film, Gobber jokes about trolls stealing his sock, a lighthearted line hinting at how he actually lost his leg. But in the third film, there's a very specific scene where Hobgobbler bites down on the exact same leg Gobber is missing. And in that same moment, the little dragon effortlessly rips through solid wood on a boat, proving it's more than capable of biting clean through something as tough as bone. Put those two details together, and it raises a genuinely unsettling possibility that this small, seemingly harmless dragon might be the real reason behind Gobber's missing leg all along. Number 2. Why alpha dragons were never meant to fly. Here's a detail most people scroll right past. Look closely at the Bewilderbeast's massive wings, and they're consistently shown torn, burned, and riddled with holes. That's not an accident of animation. In the first film, Hiccup defeats the original alpha dragon specifically by damaging its wings, forcing it to crash to the ground, which suggests alpha-class dragons are uniquely vulnerable in the air compared to smaller species, built instead to dominate purely from the ground up. That first alpha didn't just have raw strength either, it controlled every other dragon around it, even Night Furies, forcing them into servitude. That kind of total control only belongs to a true alpha, which raises the real question, what if that first defeated alpha wasn't just one villain among many, but the original template every alpha after it has been quietly copying ever since? Number 3. How did Velka know so much about Toothless instantly? How exactly did Velka know precisely how to unlock Toothless's hidden dorsal spikes the moment she met him, if no Viking had ever documented a Night Fury before? She doesn't hesitate for a second, immediately recognizing his exact age and unlocking biology nobody should have known existed. That's not a lucky guess, that's expertise. And it's not something she could have simply read about either, since the official dragon hunting records had absolutely nothing documented about Night Furies for centuries, just a blank page and a warning. That leaves one compelling theory. Berg was never actually the natural habitat for Night Furies to begin with. During her 20 years in exile, Velka may have genuinely discovered where they actually live, and deliberately kept that location hidden specifically to protect them from hunters like Grimmel, which would mean Grimmel never truly wiped out an entire species at all. He simply cleared out one small local population and let his own reputation do the rest of the talking. Number 4. Did Toothless have a girlfriend before the Light Fury? Did you know Toothless may have had feelings for another dragon long before the Light Fury ever entered the picture? Throughout the trilogy, whenever Hiccup and Astrid are talking in the foreground, Toothless and Stormfly are almost always visible together in the background, playfully moving in sync in a way that feels far too deliberate to be random background animation. Rewatch the third film closely, and when Stormfly eventually bonds with a new dragon partner, their dance together mirrors the exact same movements she once shared with Toothless. There's a moment where Toothless quietly watches them, and Stormfly's reflection is clearly visible in his eyes. That exact same visual framing reappears later, the very first time he lays eyes on the Light Fury, which raises a genuinely bittersweet question. Was the Light Fury really his first love, or simply the one who came along after his first one had already moved on? Number 5. Is there a dragon species even bigger than the Bewilderbeast? Believe it or not, the Bewilderbeast might not actually be the largest dragon in Berk's entire history. According to older source material that never made it into the films, there's an ancient, almost mythical dragon lineage so massive that early Viking ancestors reportedly lived directly on its back for years, mistaking it for a literal island. This legendary bloodline could allegedly live for thousands of years, dominate other dragons the same way a Bewilderbeast does, breathe fire endlessly without pause, and even strike with lightning. Several other massive dragon species are said to descend from that same ancient bloodline, each significantly bigger and more powerful than anything shown directly in the films. But here's the real twist. Night Furies, Toothless's own species, are reportedly descended from that exact same ancient lineage too, having simply lost the immense size of their ancestors somewhere along the way. Number 6. Was Toothless never a pure Night Fury to begin with? Some fans believe Toothless was never actually a purebred Night Fury at all, but something closer to a rare hybrid. His plasma blasts glow with an unusual purple-blue tint, rather than the pure black associated with the species, and his overall design carries several subtle inconsistencies, uneven tail fins, and a noticeably sleeker body shape than older depictions of the species. Some fans even point to his unusually high intelligence and lightning-adjacent abilities as a possible sign of a hidden second bloodline mixed somewhere into his genetics, potentially tied to another electricity-based mysterious dragon species entirely. If true, it would explain why he always seemed to stand apart, even among his own kind, and why the Light Fury, while clearly similar, never quite matches him exactly either. Number 7. What really happened to the Bewilderbeast egg Hiccup found? Whatever happened to the Bewilderbeast egg Hiccup discovers and eventually hands off earlier in the timeline? Here's the twist. That egg almost certainly isn't the same Bewilderbeast later seen living peacefully with Valka. For one, nowhere near enough time passes between those two events for an egg to fully mature into an adult alpha, since the species is known to take decades to grow, and Valka herself makes it clear the alpha she found was already fully established long before that egg was ever given to her. So what actually happened to it? The likely theory is that it was hidden away somewhere remote and safe, meaning there could very well be an entirely new secret alpha quietly growing somewhere out there, still waiting for its moment to eventually rise. Number 8. The hidden trauma behind Aerith's small habits. Did you catch this quiet detail in the second film? There's a subtle moment where Aerith instinctively places his hand over his chest right after a dragon breathes fire nearby. At first, it plays like a simple reflex. It's actually rooted in something much darker, a punishment scar burned into his chest years earlier for failing to capture enough dragons. That scar became more than physical. It left a lasting instinct that surfaces every single time fire appears near him. There's a second detail worth catching too. Both Hiccup and Drago use strikingly similar hand gestures to calm dragons throughout the films, but their intentions couldn't be more different. Hiccup's version is soft and built on trust. Drago's is forceful, built entirely on control. Same physical motion, two completely opposite philosophies behind it. Number 9. The hidden details in the opening minutes you probably missed. If you think Hiccup is the very first character shown on screen, you're actually wrong. During the studio's opening logo sequence itself, Toothless can already be spotted flying through the sky before the story even properly begins. To nail his exact movement style, animators reportedly use their own pet cat as physical reference, sticking a small ball of tape to it for tracking purposes. That eerie moment where Toothless's eye suddenly snaps open right as his wing passes by wasn't even planned. It was a genuine animation accident that looked so unsettling, the filmmakers decided to keep it in the final cut. And for longtime fans, Night Furies and Light Furies are technically two separate species entirely, with Toothless confirmed as the very last Night Fury, while multiple Light Furies can actually be spotted together by the trilogy's ending. Number 10. What changed between the original film and its remake? A handful of small but noticeable details shifted between versions of this story. Certain side plots involving Stoics searching for the source of the dragon attacks were quietly trimmed entirely in later adaptations. Background symbols on ships and shields were redesigned, including one particular Easter egg showing the villain dragon's head on a shield well before any character in the story should logically know that creature even exists yet. A specific plant that once made dragons act strangely was swapped for a different, more scientifically accurate flower, changing the dragon's reaction from erratic behavior to simply sneezing, mirroring how many real animals actually react to that exact plant in real life. And in one recreated scene showing both Hiccup and Toothless's injuries side by side, the framing had to be adjusted slightly to accommodate a noticeably larger dragon design while still preserving the emotional parallel between the two characters' matching injuries. And that's it! Which one of these hit you the hardest? A theory or a tiny detail? Let me know in the comments. If you want part 2, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more secrets next time.